Rolling. Action.
Since the dawn of digital filmmaking,
Authoritative.
One show serves a worldwide network of media professionals.
Current.
uniting industry experts,
Production.
filmmakers,
Post-production.
and content creators around the planet.
Distribution.
From the media capital of the world in Los Angeles, California, the Digital Production Buzz goes live now.
Welcome to the Digital Production Buzz, the world's longest-running podcast for creative content producers covering media production, post-production, marketing, and distribution around the world. Hi, my name is Larry Jordan, and joining us, our effervescent and well-relaxed co-host, Mr. Mike Horton. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yes. Back from NAB. Hello.
I tell you,
Yeah.
the NAB must have been more...
Yeah, it was really exciting.
We've got a great show. We're going to start our show with Jem Schofield. He's a producer, director, and founder of the C47, which is an educational resource focused on teaching the craft of video production. Tonight, Jem shares his reaction to the 2015 NAB Show that was last week in Las Vegas, although it seems like just yesterday, along with some new lighting products they released at the show. I was watching the podcast that you did where you were talking about the cameras at NAB, and I was struck by the number of different new cameras that caught your attention, from the C300, although you liked the FS7 better. You had a number of other camera highlights that you liked. What was it that caught your attention?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't say I like the FS7 better. The C300 Mark II doesn't exist yet, and in a lot of ways it might be the camera system I lean towards because I have been using Cinema EOS cameras for a long time. It seems like Blackmagic has finally, I don't know if they've become a camera company yet, Larry, but they have, they've released a camera. JVC came out with, not at NAB, but they were really showing their 300 numbers, letters 300, which is their micro four thirds mounted 35mm sensor based camera system.
Next, Sam Mestman, the workflow architect for FCP Works, is a leading integrator for the Final Cut Pro 10 platform. Sam designed the workflow for Focus, the recent Will Smith release, which was edited entirely in Final Cut Pro 10. And tonight, he explains what they did and a brand new shared storage product, which is just causing all kinds of interest on the web. Let's get right to the star part of this. You were involved in setting up the workflow for the recent Will Smith film Focus. What did you do?
Well, basically, it was a privilege to go and work with all the guys from Focus. Sorry, I've got a little bit of an echo on my side, but we basically put together the workflow to allow the first group of editors to edit a studio feature on Final Cut 10. And the truth of the matter is we kind of proved that you can do it. And it was a pleasure to work with Jan Kovac, Len Ficara, and the team to go and make this thing happen. And what I did was largely help the studio approve the process, and then was there during production and then on through post. I remember we had a bit of a conversation while I was there in New Orleans as that was happening that I guess we can now talk about. And that was right before you were at, I think, where was it? IBC, I think you made the announcement.
Yep.
So that was right when that was happening. I think almost 2 years ago now, and now the movie's out, and it's pretty clear that this actually did happen.
Finally, Brian McMahon joins us in studio for a discussion about color. Brian recently color graded Knight of Cups, directed by Terrence Malick, and tonight Brian shares his secrets behind the look of the film. Tell us about what Knight of Cups is about, and how did you achieve a no-look look?
Yeah, tell us what it's about. Tell us what that movie's about, will you?
Just a summary for people that may not have yet seen it.
It's a guy who's kind of looking, he's wandering through life, much like we do when we walk outside and we're just thinking to ourselves. The no-look look is like I said, it's like looking out a window. It's like looking at each other. You know, it's not a specific. Don't make it dark. Don't make it light. Don't go colorful. Not colorful. Just natural, as natural as we can make it. Which is actually a lot harder to do than giving something a look.
Why is that?
Because when you give something a look, let's say we're going to make this area very warm and desaturated. We give it that look, and it's kind of easy. Everything is kind of warm and desaturated. You have a little bit of a crutch almost. To give something a no-look look on a continuous basis when you're bouncing from different areas, it's tough.
I want to thank our guests for today's show, Jim Schofield, the producer, director, and founder of the C47, Sam Mestman, Final Cut workflow architect and founder of FCP Works, and Brian McMahon, feature film colorist at Modern Video Film.
Tonight's Digital Production Buzz is brought to you by Shutterstock and Otherworld Computing.
These highlights are from the April 23rd, 2015 edition of the Digital Production Buzz.